Right, so today what I'm doing is I've created a new series for the channel where I will be watching and reviewing a trilogy or a franchise, and I'll be doing it once every month. And to kick it off, I thought why not start at the top, and I have watched them already, and it is the Evil Dead trilogy. So what I'm going to say, I have got some controversial opinions on this one, so stick around and I'll tell you what I think. So let's get into it. So welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hope you're all good and keeping cool. It is hot out there. Like I said, I ain't going to sit here and moan. I don't mind the heat. Just working in it is a bit not for me. Working in this heat is not for me, but I don't mind it. But let me know how you're coping. But that's not what we're here to talk about. So like I said, I thought I'd start something different. I wanted to do something a little bit different, so I thought, let me dive into some trilogies. Looked into it, there is so many trilogies, and there's so many that I haven't seen. So more often than not, they are going to be first time watches. And a lot of them, it's been a long time that I haven't seen certain trilogies as well, that I've forgotten about them. So it's going to be really good to go through these trilogies. I've written a list out, and it's going to take me a while. Just that, you know, to stick to the routine of one a month, it's going to take me a while. So like I said, today we're diving into the Evil Dead trilogy. First time watch for all three of them. I know how popular it is, so let's just dive straight into these films and I'll give you my thoughts. Right, so let's go way back and start at the very beginning where the franchise started off, and we are going back to 1981, which is the original Evil Dead. Okay, first film. So not going to ruin it for anyone that hasn't seen it, because I've only just watched it for the first time myself, all three of these. So we'll run a quick plot down. Those of you that have seen it, you know what's coming. So it's directed by Sam Raimi, as we all know. Stars Bruce Campbell as Ash, and we've got four of his friends. Well, say that. You've got his girlfriend, Ashley. Then you've got his sister, Linda. Then we've got two friends that come along. And we've Scotty and Shelley, I believe, are the names of the five of them. Let me know if I've got that wrong, but I'm pretty sure if I'm not on the money, I'm near enough on it. So let me know in the comments. But five friends go to this remote cabin and for their vacation. Middle of nowhere, dodgy bridge to get to this cabin, and they start their vacation. And when they get there, there's a cellar which opens up. They go down there, they come across this book and a tape, listen to it, and basically from there is when we get this demonic entity comes along, and it starts by taking over the girls first, and it goes through them one by one, and between them they've got to figure out how to get rid of this entity. Basically that is a brief description of this film. Now, what did I think of this film? So let's just start off by, I know it's widely regarded as a great. Now there's two sides of my opinions here, and I've said this before on the channel. Now, I believe if you watch something when you're very young and you carry on watching it through the years, you will love it regardless, I think. But if you pick something up later on, like I have with this Evil Dead franchise, you might have a different opinion. Things won't look as good, obviously, as, you know, everything progresses through the years. I don't want to compare it with anything, because I'm thinking of films that I watched as a kid and I still love today, even though it looks not great at all. I still love the film. So which brings me to this first film. Now, did I like this film? Not really. It just wasn't for me. Yeah, I mean, it didn't. I don't want to sit here and slam it because I know the love for it out there. It just wasn't for me, this film. Trying to put it into words what I mean, there was bits I was laughing at, not because it was funny, but of how it looked. And I know, you know, times have moved on, and you know, things in the 80s looked how they looked. And that's what I'm saying. Some of the stuff I liked in the 80s that I like today, I like because of the film, and I know it looks bad. But this one, because I watched it for the first time, it didn't really do it for me. This film, there was a lot of gore. I mean, possession was, some of the bits were okay, I guess, but it's not something I'd return to. It just didn't do it for me as a whole. But I was going to say, give me your opinions, but I already know most of your opinions. But is there anyone who kind of doesn't really like the original Evil Dead? But let me know in the comments. But that was my thoughts on the very first one. So let's go over to the second. Alright, so next up we have got Evil Dead 2, which was done in 1987. And there you go, that is the second film. So here again we follow Bruce Campbell as Ash. In this one we get a quick recap of the first film, and then we get Ash and his girlfriend, excuse me, back at a cabin. And so similar, it's pretty similar in the way you get the tapes. Demonic possession comes along, takes his girlfriend, and then he has to sort that out. Once he's done that, then it takes his hand, and then he has to try and solve that puzzle. And what we get through the night, basically he has to deal with the possession of his hand, and then we get a few new people that find their way to the cabin via another way, as this bridge has gone down as well. So they've found a way round, and they end up in this cabin as well, and they all end up together. So he's basically battling possession with the new people and his hands. Now, what this one made me laugh. This one I was funny in bits. I will say off the bat, didn't really like this one either, but the bit with the hand made me laugh. There was the scene where he first got possessed, and then he was having a fight with his hand. That bit made me laugh. I did find that funny. So this one I know is meant to be a little bit more funny, where the first one was serious. It wasn't meant to be funny at all. This one had comedic moments in it, and it did make me laugh. Overall, again, bar that bit with the hand, the rest of it was, I mean, it was pretty same really with the first one, with the possession and how it all looked, and yeah, just again, it wasn't really, I think that's what it just wasn't for me personally, the second film either. Like I said, I had some laughs from it, and that was probably about it with that. I wouldn't watch it again. That'll be a one and done as well for that. So same as one, same as two, one and done. I wouldn't go back to these two. But again, tell me if you preferred one or two in this one. I know two is quite loved as well, if not more than the second one. But give us your thoughts in the comments, and let's talk about Army of Darkness. So that leaves one more film, and this is from 1992, and it is, of course, Army of Darkness. Now here, again, Bruce Campbell as Ash, who is transported into the year 1300 AD. He gets captured upon arrival, gets captured, and then he gets put on this quest. He goes on this quest to basically get the what's it called? What does it say? It's because it's such a long, not Chronomicon, the Book of the Dead. Let me know how you spell it, or let me know if I'm saying it wrong. But yeah, he has to go after that. So a quest to get that, and on the way he has to face himself. He has to face, literally, he faces lots of himself, and we end up in a battle against the army of the dead, basically, at the end. So this one I enjoyed. I had fun with number 3. It was a lot of fun, funny. It was very comedic. I think it's the only 15 actually out of all of them. Yeah, Evil Dead was an 18. Actually, Evil Dead 2's 15/18, and then we got 15 for Army of Darkness. So it is less gory than the other two, more funnier than the other two. There is a lot going on in this one. Obviously, you're not just in the cabin, you are basically on a quest. There's quite a lot going on here. There's a lot. So I had fun with this one. Will I watch it again? More than likely I will probably watch that again. I had fun with that one. I might even pick up the 4K for that one, just to see what it looks like. But let me know if you've got the 4K and what you think of it, if it's worth picking up. The Blu-ray looks fine to me. Did I like it enough to pick up the 4K? It's going to depend how much it costs, to be fair. Like I said, I quite enjoyed that one. Had a bit of everything. I enjoyed the start where he's there, and then they capture him, and then he kind of has to, they kind of put him down this hole to fight against one of these demonic possessions, entity, sorry. And then you know, when he makes his way out of that, and then again, I don't want to say much more if you haven't seen it, but let me know what, I mean, I don't know what people like more, if it's 2 or 3 or 1. I've not really dived into. All I know is it's everyone loves these movies. I can see why. And if I watched these back in the day and grew up with these, I would have a different opinion of these films for sure. Because I've watched these for the first time, they just didn't look great, in my opinion. Obviously, that's my opinion, and you know, that's why it's good to see everyone's different opinions. But 3 I had fun with. I had a lot of fun with 3. I would watch 3 again, and whether I keep the set in my collection or not, I don't know. That's why I'm debating whether to maybe give this away down the line in one of my giveaways, and then pick up the Army of Darkness on 4K if I find it for cheap. But I don't know yet. I don't know. But that was my thoughts on all 3 Evil Dead films. I'm sure you're going to have your opinions and throw them my way, but am I wrong? Is there anyone out there that's seen it recently for the first time, and what did you think of it? Obviously, everyone else that has nostalgia linked to it, I already know. Is there anyone that watched it back in the day and doesn't think much of it today? It'll be good to know. It'll be good to hear everyone's opinions on these films. But that was mine. So that's it for today. Like I said, I'm gonna do trilogy once a month. I've got a lot stacked up and lined up ready to go. If you'll throw comments in and tell me to do certain ones, then I'll change the way I do it. But I'm going to roll with it and see how it goes. I really enjoyed doing this, especially as I haven't seen these before, so it was a lot of fun. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think, and okay, so like, comment and subscribe. I really appreciate everyone that comments. I like engaging with everyone, like I always say. Anyone that's new here, really appreciate it. Hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, then thank you very much. Enjoy the weather. Enjoy the weather. Enjoy the rest of the week. And I will catch you all again at the weekend with something else. All right? Take care, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.